Hi yogis, welcome to day 2 of going back to my roots. We are going to get started standing all the way up at the tops of our mats. Today's pose is goddess pose, so we're going to be breaking it down. So I'll meet you at the top of our mats. Start to bring your feet wider than your mat. Bend your knees. As you inhale, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Reach all the way up. Bring your palms together. Exhale. Sink down, squats. So reach your hips back, weight in your heels. And as you inhale, press up. Exhale, come down. This is a few more times. Inhale up, exhale down. One more time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep down. And come into a modified forward fold or Uttanasana. So start to wiggle your feet towards each other, a little wider than hip width. Keep your knees deeply bent. Let your head hang heavy, let your upper body hang heavy. We'll add a little bit of a twist. Bring your right hand under your chest. Start to inhale, sweep your left arm up. So you can start to straighten your left leg, bend deeper into your right. And then exhale, come down and go to the other side. Left hand underneath, inhale, sweep your right arm up. Straighten through your right leg. And exhale, come down and go to the other side. Do one more time on each side. Inhale, sweep up. Other side. Good. Slowly roll yourself up, one vertebra at a time. We'll open up towards the side of our mat, and we'll come into Mahamalasana. So start to bring your feet wide, toes point out, sink your hips down. Rest your hands on your thighs, bring your fingertips to face behind you. Just sway side to side. Mahamalasana. And start to shift it into some twists. If it feels good, you can just stay right here. Or you can start to add in the shoulder. You start to press into your right inner thigh. Draw your right shoulder in. Inhale to come up. Exhale. Bring your left shoulder in. And just follow your own breath. Keep switching off. Right and left. Inhale, come up. Bring your fingertips down. Start to shift it all the way down. Bring your hips down. Come into a seat, and we'll make our way into Navasana or boat pose for a little bit of extra core. So start to sit up tall onto your sit bones. Hug your knees into your chest. We'll start to gently rest back to lift our shins up. So you can stay here, hold underneath your legs. If you have any low back twinging at all, just bring your hands down behind you, a little extra support. If you want to take it further, reach out through your fingertips. Even further, reach out long through your legs. But keep that lift. Lift your knees into your chest. And as we exhale, we're going to lower down, half boat pose. Inhale, draw up. Exhale, lower down, hover. Inhale, draw up. So you can do this, modify, bring your hands behind you. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, come in. One more time. Hug your knees in. Cross your ankles, plant your hands and step it back. Come into tabletop position. We'll breathe through cat-cow. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart. Exhale, press into your mat, round your spine. Just a few rounds. And start to bring it forward into a lunge pose. Find a neutral spine. Step your right foot forward. We'll come into lunge twist. So you have the option to keep your back knee down. If you want to take it further, you can lift your back knee up. Plug into your left hand, inhale, sweep your right arm up. So you twist towards your front leg. Just gonna hold for a few more breaths. On your next exhale, sweep your hand down. Start to shift it towards the left side of your mat and reach it back into a Skandasana lunge on your left side. So bend in your left leg, straighten your right. You can add a little bit of movement, a little bit of bounce to this pose. As you inhale, let's bring it back. Come into that lunge. So sweep up, inhale. We're going to exhale, shift it back into Skandasana lunge. So we're going to move through this at your own pace, your own breath, using each inhale to come forward and twist, and each exhale to reach out and back, Skandasana lunge. So 2 more times. One more time. Good. This time, come forward, plant your hands, and step back. Tabletop position. Either rest down into child's pose here. So sink your hips back, plug your forehead in. Or if you want to keep breathing, follow your breath through a few more rounds of cat-cow. So you got some options. You're in your child's pose, start to shift out. We'll start to step it into our lunge on your left side. So bring it forward. I'm gonna come this way and face you. Left leg forward. And plug into your right hand. Inhale, sweep your left arm up, twist. Hold for a few breaths. Kind of play around with your gaze, either gaze up or down. And we'll start to shift it to the side of our mat, right side of our mat. Bring it back into Skandasana lunge. Bend deeply into your right leg. Straighten in your left. Hold here for a few breaths. Pulse it out. And we'll start to add that fluidity, that motion. So start to come forward. Inhale. Bring it into that lunge twist. Exhale. Sweep it back. Skandasana lunge. Inhale. Exhale. A few more times. Follow your own pace, your own breath. And this time shift it forward, step it back. Tabletop position, breathe through your cat-cows, or sit back and rest into child's pose. Start to bring it forward. Lift yourself up. Step your right leg, right foot right between your hands. Lift your back knee up and open up towards the side of your mat. This time, bring your feet to face away from each other. So bring your heels all the way in, toes all the way out. Bend your knees and come up. We're going to bring it into our pose of the day, goddess pose. So what you want to focus on in this pose is not to actually come into a squat by shifting your hips back, but you want to actually bring your hips forward, sink them down, all right? And keep an eye on your knees, that they don't buckle in, that they gently press out. Maybe get in there a little manually and press them in your inner thighs to open up your hips a little bit more. If you want to take it further, start to lift your chest up, bend your elbows in, palms face out, goddess pose. We hold here for a few breaths, sink down a little deeper. If you want to take it to the variation in the picture of today's post, you can start to come down onto your hands, keep your knees bent, and you start to shift up onto the balls of your feet. Sink your hips back a little bit more. Maybe reach out. That's if you want some crazy inner thigh stretch. And when you're done, just melt out of this pose. Bend your knees. Draw the crown of your head to your mat. Sway side to side. Let your arms just drag across your mat. Good, and we'll start to bring it all the way down to our seat. So sink your hips down. Draw your right knee into your chest. Extend out through your left leg. We'll bring it into an easy twist. So just hug your knee, right fingertips behind you, gently twist to the right. Inhale, untwist. Keep your right knee bent. Flex your right foot and rest it above your left knee. Seated pigeon. And so you can stay right up here. Just work on gently pressing in, down into your right thigh to open up your hip, or you can start to fold forward and down. Extend your right leg out. Hug your left knee in. In that gentle twist, hug your knee. Left fingertips behind you. Twist over to the left. Gaze over your left shoulder. Slowly release. Keep your knee bent. Bring your left foot above your right knee. Make sure you keep it flexed. And stay here. Work on just gently opening up your hip or start to fold down. Inhale, come up. Bring yourself to a comfortable seat. One leg in and then the other. Sit up tall, hands in Anjali Mudra, hands at your hearts. Exhale all of your air out. And inhale deeply from your belly. Hold your inhale at the very top. And as you exhale, let it out through your mouth. Namaste. Thanks for practicing with me today. I will see you tomorrow for day 3.